You can't drink and talk at the same time.
Leave the conversation to us and order another beer.
You're listening to Texas's live
Midday
beer-centric show, Liquid Lunch.
Liquid Lunch.
With producer Perry,
Kennedy and Schaumburg. Here are your hosts,
Catherine Contreras,
and Josh Stewart.
Hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hooray for beer!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to your favorite Thursday live craft beer Texas show. Hey, Kath.
Hey.
Yeah, hey, Catherine.
Hi.
Hey, how are you? How are you?
I'm all right. I'm good. How are you?
I am well as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
As
all
well?
we're just scrambling.
Oh, look at that.
What do you got there, Chip?
Little Spezial boy
Nice.
from
Nice.
Bamberg in honor of our Rockfest this weekend. We're Bamberg on the Colorado this weekend.
That's exciting. Yeah, this weekend, Rauschfest, they're Bamberg on the Colorado, Live Oak Brewing. Chip McElroy, ladies and gentlemen, our guest today, the founder of the almost. We're this far away, Catherine, from being 21 years old there at Live Oak. 21. You're gonna be legal,
Yeah. Finally.
right? All right. So as long as I can remember being here in Texas, which has been over 16 years now. It's coming up on 17 years. When I was first getting into craft beer, I would see Live Oak beers in different places, especially when you go to Austin. I'd see that wooden tap handle, the oak, with the bark on it, and I was always like, "What is that?" And then when I got hip to it, I was like, "I know what that is. That's awesome beer right there."
Yeah.
I just want to say, first off, I'm going to gush a little. I'm going to be a little fanboy today, Catherine. Live Oak is one of my favorite breweries. Oh, you got
I had to put my earphones on.
Ooh, listen to you. Oh, wow.
Fancy.
Now you're in stereo?
Yeah.
Stereo surround sound. That sounds good.
Not really.
I just want, Live Oak, one of my favorite breweries, one of my favorite Texas breweries. Well, one of my favorite breweries overall. Kennedy's over there working hard right now, but he's here. I'm okay. I won't distract you. But man, no worries. I was just kind of messing with you there. But Chip, so many good beers, and I hope you're taking a bow. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Okay. Right off the bat, your Hefeweizen is one of my Mount Rushmore beers.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right now it's our biggest selling beer.
Yeah. Well, that's promising because that means there's a lot of people drinking a lot, some really good beer. When people ask me, what's a good Hefeweizen, I'm like, start with, hey Hazel, yeah, I know she likes that beer too.
Yeah. She loves it. What she was made with.
She's into the Hefe.
Yeah.
She is the Hefe.
She is the Hefe.
Yeah. But no, when somebody asks me, what's a good Hefeweizen, I'm like, start there. Everything's that's it. That's the measuring stick right there, and then just.
Well, that's what we've been trying to do from the outset is make beers. It's not so much, trying to reinvent any styles or anything. It's just to try and make them as close to the originals as possible.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing I respect so much about what it is. Like, you look at your lineup, top to bottom, and we've got a handful. Let's see, we got 3 of them here on the table. We're about to get into them here in just a second. But just when you talk about define the style, I think every one of the beers that you do is one of those style defining examples, and
That's what we're trying to do.
Mm.
What a lot of people don't realize that even within a style, when you take a Pilsner, there's many different kinds of Pilsners. Hefeweizen, you go to Germany and you drink the Hefes and they're not all alike, but they fall within some certain parameters. And that's what we're trying to do. And we're trying to make them so that we like them. and to fall in within those parameters that were established long before us.
Yeah. Well, now, okay, I got to get into your history a bit. So you're heavy into the German styles. Do you have German heritage? Did you just go to Germany at some point and just fall in love with the beers, or what was the
No German heritage that I know of. No, I love the beers. I have been there numerous times, and I love drinking the beer there. It's delicious. So I fell in, I like them, but I also think that there is so much variety in these old styles that it's not like we're limiting ourselves. We can't make all the ones that were, the prevalent beers in some region in Europe somewhere for a time. And of course, light colored lagers have taken over. Okay. So a lot of beer styles got lost, but they were good while they lasted, and they're good in the revival as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So do you think your Hefeweizen, as far if you historically speaking, or if based on what's made in Germany, would a German beer enthusiast I don't guess you guys distribute to Germany yet, but
no, but we've taken it over there, and we've had some plenty of foreign customers, but we've also had brewmasters come to our brewery, and we've taken some over there, and they've told us that we could sell our Hefe in Bavaria, and nobody would know the difference or complain about it.
Mm.
So that's probably about the biggest compliment that we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, right. Catherine,
Yeah.
wax poetically about that Hefeweizen a little bit. It's great stuff, right? I
And it's the best. It is the best. It's the standard. I don't know. I just know what I know. And for me, it's the standard. It's my favorite. But what is your favorite style, Chip? Do you have a favorite style?
Style of beer?
Yeah. Yeah. Or that you guys make?
Oh, it depends on the time of day, and is it my first beer or my last beer, or what am I having some food with it? What kind of food? So I don't really have a style that's totally my favorite. It's kind of whichever way the wind blows at the time.
Yeah.
That's, we like drinking our beer here, and the guys all hang out after work and drink beer because there's something for everybody. And they all bounce around too, depending on what mood they're in. I drink a lot of the Grodziski.
Okay.
That's what I'm having right now. If we're going to have liquid lunch, it's very low alcohol, a lot of flavor. It's only 3% alcohol, and yet it has a full beer mouthfeel and got that nice smoky flavor and good bitterness. It's a great all-around beer, and it'll be one of the beers we feature this weekend.
Now that Grodziski, is that how he said it? That's a Polish style, right?
Grodziski, yes. It's a Polish table beer. It's made with 100% smoked wheat malt, and brewing with 100% wheat malt is just stupid. But we've got a nice brew house, and we're able to pull it off. It's also pretty thin lauter, so it's easy enough to lauter it, which is usually the problem with wheat beers.
Mm. Yeah, you said 100% on that one?
100% smoked wheat malt, oak smoked wheat malt. That was the traditional way of making the malt, and how they got going on 100% wheat malt, I have no idea.
Yeah, you got to think it was just what was available, because from everything I read up, when you read the Hefeweizen book or Brewing with Wheat, I think that's Stan Hieronymus' book. It's always just that's a booger to try to once you get above the 50% threshold, and it gets a little.
But like I say, we have a pretty large lauter tun, and it makes a very thin lauter. I think it's probably only about, I don't know, maybe a foot deep.
Mm.
And so it's easy enough to lauter that.
Okay. On that Grzycki, what yeast do you use? It's not a hef yeast.
We're using a Polish ale yeast that was used on Grzycki.
Okay.
A friend of mine, William Scott, brought it back from Poland. Got it from some brewers there that had worked at the brewery before it closed, and there were some other brewers that had kept this yeast, or they knew where it was kept. And so he brought some of that back and gave it to Brewing Science Institute, and so they keep it for us.
Okay. Now, when did you first brew the Grzycki? Because if I remember correctly, it was kind of it's one of those.
Now.
How long?
It's been about 3 years, I think.
Okay. Now, at one point, it was considered like one of those dead styles, or almost like waning style. I mean, even Hefeweizen was like that for a little while, I think.
And it's nothing like a Hefeweizen.
Mm-hmm.
You don't use Hefe yeast. Like I say, we use that Polish ale yeast, which is a very clean fermenting ale yeast, and we also use a German lager yeast. So the two of those yeasts work together and make a pretty clean tasting beer. So it has none of the characteristic flavors of a Hefeweizen.
Mm-hmm.
No banana, no clove, nothing like that.
Okay.
It's nice and smoky, not overpoweringly so, but it's good and smoky, and it's got a nice crisp bitterness to it.
Yeah.
But it's a great hot weather drinking beer. When you've had a big beer and you need to tone it down a little bit, have a Grzycki.
I like that. Catherine, are you
arguing politics all weekend long? might stick with the Grzycki.
Yes. That it's kind of it brings everybody back to a homeostasis, I think. Catherine,
But that's not the only one we're gonna have this weekend.
Well, let's talk about that real quick. You've got the pugs are excited about.
What's that?
Catherine's dogs are excited about Roush Fest this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk. Let's talk about the lineup. Do you have the lineup right there? We can take a look. Check it out on your screen, everybody.
Bouncy house up. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll have the bouncy house up.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have several food trucks out here. We're gonna have our normal food truck, Black Forest. Neil Joyner is a great chef, and he's going to be making some smoked foods and have some suggested beer pairings with the food, and as well as Garbo's lobster truck is going to be doing some special foods and pairings, and we're going to have Cluckenberger likewise.
Very good.
Smoking some meats.
Mm.
So
I just
we'll have that. We've got Smoky Mobile Cigar Lounge.
Oh.
So we're going to be smoking everything from beer to food to cigars, and we got our fire pits cranked up all around.
Oh man.
Very nice.
You can stand around and get a smoky aroma yourself.
Yeah. Be nice and smoked by the end of it. Somebody's gonna hang me in their cellar by my ankles and just let me age a little bit.
It could happen.
All right, so okay, I want to ask you about, and Catherine, I know that you want to hear about this one too. The Lichtenheiner, the smoked Berliner Weisse.
I'm fascinated by this. I've never had a smoked beer like that.
A smoked sour beer.
Yeah, that's
So it's
crazy.
basically it's a Berliner Weisse, and we use smoked malt in it. I believe it's 50% the Beechwood smoked barley malt and 50% regular wheat malt. And it's also fairly low alcohol. We do a kettle souring. We sour it for about 48 hours and then boil it and knock it out and ferment with, well, I don't want to tell you what we ferment it with. Well, you just have to try it. It's delicious.
Sounds delicious.
Sour beer.
Oh, are you mute? You need to mute the mic. Every week I have to tell Kennedy to mute his mic, or I do. I don't necessarily have to. Right. Okay. So when you're trying to reach balance between something like sour and smoke, and a lighter beer like that, what is your overall smoked beer philosophy? As far, I know it's kind of an open-ended question, but I guess we have time.
Well, a lot of people have said, well, I don't like smoked beers, and usually they've been given a smoked beer that's some otherwise, really big beer, and I think some light beers like the Grodziski, like the Lake Raider, can really benefit from smoke. It gives it a broader dimension in its flavor. We do a Smoketoberfest. So that's a little bit bigger beer, but the main thing about smoked beer is the underlying beer has to be right. The smoke needs to be a bonus. The beer's got to be right. Smoke flavor can't, you don't want it covering up some odd flavor or off flavor. You want the underlying beer to be right, and it can be light. We're going to have also on tap. We're going to have our Heller Rauch on tap. We have our Schwarzer Rauch, which it's like it's a Schwartz beer made with smoked malt. So it's also not a big heavy beer. It's black, but it's not a big heavy beer. That's the underlying philosophy, is make the beer itself right and then have the smoke flavor on top. Make it a bonus.
Yeah, like good barbecue. Yeah, I'm just you have just a plethora of styles that you're gonna have on tap at the festival this weekend. And I was reading up a little bit. The wood you use to smoke, you said beechwood. You also use oak for the Grodziski. What when you're choosing what to use? I guess I'm guessing different woods impart different flavors, just like barbecue, right?
Yeah. So we get our smoked malt from Maltster in Bamberg.
Okay.
It's the home of smoked beers, and we started off using the Beechwood smoked barley malt, and we've used that in all of our smoked lager beers. And then some friends of ours up in Oklahoma and Krebs, they do Prairie Ales. They got Wireman to make a smoked wheat malt, and that's what we use in the Grodziski. That's the only beer that we use that malt in. The oak smoke has a little bit more subdued than the Beechwood smoke.
Mm-hmm.
So we're able to go up to 100% smoke malt on that, and it's not at all overpowering in the Grodziski.
Okay.
That answer your question?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's
too much.
Yeah, no, it's good. I like to nerd out. Catherine, do you have any smoke questions?
I think you guys should just be smoking everything. I love everything smoked.
Yeah, and it's so funny. People come into the tasting room, and like friends of mine that may not, they say, well, I don't like smoked beer. I had one friend of mine, a neighbor, come in, and she didn't like smoked beers, and she didn't like sour beers, and then she left having the Lichtenheiner as her favorite beer.
Well, good.
So,
Good for her.
There you go.
you just have to do it, do it right. Don't do it too overpoweringly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about a little bit about the fact that, one, you're about to hit 21 years and the amount of change that has happened in the world of beer here in Texas, well, overall, 21 years ago.
It's got another beer.
What'd you get now?
What'd you get? This is the Schwarzer Ralph.
Oh, man.
Beers.
Oh my goodness.
No,
Catherine, we should have gone to Austin.
Liquid lunch, and I
I
figured
know.
you guys would be having a beer.
Oh, I'm having one. I'm having a Hefeweizen. Oh, you know what?
I don't have anything just yet. I have something on the way.
Okay, let me know when you do, because then we'll hit
Yeah.
that. We have a
Okay.
whole segment, Chip. We do this whole thing about because it's a liquid lunch. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We should have met in Austin for this one.
I know. Next time.
Chip, what are you doing next week?
Poorly put.
Okay,
I'll be here having a liquid.
cool. All right, so there you see the date on your screen. Saturday, April 7th, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. is the 21st anniversary party. Get your calendar straight now so you can make it out there.
Yeah, it looks like you guys are going to have some really great live music too, right?
Yeah, I don't even know who it is. Meg Ellis is in charge of all of that, and she does a great job running our tap room and our beer gardens. But this weekend we'll have we will at the anniversary party too. We'll be doing something in all of our beer gardens. We're actually going to have a knife forging demonstration
that's
here
cool.
this weekend.
I saw that.
That's going to be going on, I think, from around 3 o'clock, maybe 1 to 3, something like that. Fergal Blades is going to be here, and he's going to be forging some kind of a cool knife.
That's cool.
Oh my goodness.
That's cool.
That's part of the smoke in the Ralph Fest.
Yeah. Okay, so knife forging. I want to do that. Yeah, that's what we need to do, Kennedy. We need to is it going to be like old school, blacksmith, like hammer away?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's cool.
Absolutely.
Man.
No, he makes these awesome knives. So he might be making some of the folded steel knives where you just keep folding it over and over and over and pounding it out.
That's cool. That's
Anyway,
yeah. No,
we'll
that's
see what it comes.
right. No, we need to go to Austin this weekend. Okay, so as far as thinking back 21 years, obviously back when you opened the brewery forever ago. I mean, I'm not saying that's but as far as change over time, so much has changed in 21 years.
Yeah, now we don't have to explain what we are when we go and do sales calls.
Yeah.
You make this beer in your bathtub? Well, no. You don't have to explain that anymore.
Yeah. So so 21 years. How long? Let's see. That 90.
How long is that in dog years?
97 dog years. That's Kennedy. That's your age. 121. Oh, I should turn your mic on. Are you actually gonna talk now? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Okay, good. Welcome, Kennedy, everybody, to the show.
Hey. Glad to be
Hey.
here.
Yeah, he's been working his magic over there.
We had some issues.
No. You never have to say it.
No,
We understand.
they're good now.
Anyway, okay, we're all good. It's all good. Nobody noticed.
Yep.
Other than the dog apparently ate the bird at Catherine's house. Other than that,
Listen, I'm so sorry. I have so many pets because I have so many children
that's fine.
that it's like a zoo over here, and I can never get them to be quiet.
That's fine.
You ever think about doing the show from the bathroom or your closet or something like that?
Yeah, I've thought about it, but I like the faces you make, Kennedy, every time one of the dogs barks.
Oh, you can see that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not hidden. It's not hidden.
Oh, I should probably. Oh boy.
All right. Well, okay. So now, okay, I really want to get into this. So, harping on this 21. 21, that's a big, big deal, Chip. The fact that you guys you're the founding fathers of Texas craft beer. You're right there. We're like, you're
the third oldest. I think St. Arnold started in 95, maybe 94.
mm-hmm.
Real Ale was 96, and we were in 97.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's just
And
like,
now there's 35 breweries around Austin.
well, yeah, and y'all, and that's keeping it tight in Austin. You know, if you stretch out a little bit further, I think we're at almost 300 in the state, Catherine.
Wow.
In state, I think I don't know if we're north of 250 yet. Maybe we are.
Just give it another week and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, every day.
There's a brewery opening just about every week.
Yes, every time a bell rings, somebody gets a brewery license, but it's fine.
It's mash tun.
Yes, but that's fine because more beer. It's great. That's I don't know. I just do you ever look at that and think about that part of that culture that you help foster and that you, in a lot of ways, you being where you are and doing what you do has made it possible for so many people. Like as far as one inspiration. I mean, who hasn't been inspired after about 8 of your Hefeweizens? Like, oh man, we should open a brewery. I've said it at least a dozen times myself.
For the guys that have been in it for a long time, I think it's kind of like a frog in a pan of water.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even notice the heat as it's heating up, and now it's boiling.
Yeah. And you add some chives and pepper, and you taste like chicken.
Incredible, and it seems like it's mostly been in the last, 5 years that it's been growing at the kind of pace that it's growing now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, certainly it was kind of lonely at the first 10 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. It's good that there's all these other breweries and brew pubs. So we like it. It's been good for sales.
Good. We like it too. But okay. So one of the things that's held on, I think, obviously we see a big change in the culture of craft beer. More people, like you said, you don't have to explain what it is you're doing. People know craft beer now. Even like there's what I would call casual fans. There's a lot more of the casual fan, not just like Catherine and I are uber nerds when it comes to craft beer. But the one thing that hasn't come along quite as fast as we would like is some of the laws. And you've been front lines on trying to get some of those changed. How, your lawsuit, what is the latest on the lawsuit?
So we won at first. We won in the district court, and then the state appealed, and we lost in the appellate court. But you're never sure, but we feel like we have a very good chance of it being taken up by the Texas Supreme Court. And we feel like when they start looking at the issues, which it was a little bit confusing in the appellate court. It seemed like we were making constitutional arguments, and they seemed like they were addressing more the statutorial concerns, and we weren't really. That wasn't our complaint.
Mm-hmm.
And so we feel like we have a pretty good chance of being heard in the Supreme Court, because we feel like they weren't even looking at the issues. It was sort of decided on a threshold question, and they decided it didn't meet the requirements to cross the threshold, and so we think that there's a good argument there.
Yeah.
I feel good about it. I was, our attorneys over at the Institute for Justice, when they told me about this, they kind of talked me off the ledge. And now now that I've heard all the ins and outs, I'm again very optimistic about it.
Good.
Well, if you're optimistic, I'm optimistic, and so
Yeah.
that's good.
I think we have good arguments. So
Okay. Yeah. No, winning record thus far.
only a 2-hour podcast to go into all of that. So.
We can extend it. We can. Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you this: if they like just scrap the laws, let's just say that everybody like they just said, you know what, blank slate, let's make them again today. What? How would you set it up? Like in a perfect world, would it be? Obviously, we're the only state that doesn't allow to-go sales for a brewery, which is.
Yeah, that one's just silly. I don't know why the beer distributors are so against that, other than just purely economic reasons that it won't pass through their hands,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't see any reason why it should. I think they tipped their hand a little bit with 3287 this year.
Mm-hmm.
This last session, trying to put some of the larger brew pub or tasting rooms where people were allowed to taste their beer, trying to put them out of business, and then saying, well, as long as we get a cut of your business, we're okay with it. Well, come on. I thought that was, I thought that really exemplified where they're really coming from.
Yeah.
They just want a cut. And I don't see how that helps the state of Texas or the citizens of the state of Texas. So, yeah, I mean, we have some challenges. But I feel certain that not certain. I am very hopeful that reason will ultimately prevail,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll get to the only state in the union where you can't sell beer to go. Somebody wants to buy a 6-pack of our beer here.
Yeah. I don't. That's not where we got the whole Lone Star thing from. We're the lone. No, I don't know.
Got the whole.
Is that the whole Lone Star thing? Is that the?
We're alone in it.
We're alone in being that only state. It's really sad.
I don't. Yeah, something.
Yeah.
It's we are the Lone Star, and I don't know if this particular attribute qualifies for a star though.
Yeah. The one I want to see. I mean, I want that one to change. That one seems inevitable to me. I don't know how inevitable. Like, I don't know if it's this next session coming up. We do have the new craft pack. If you want to get behind that, to help, fund a bit of the fight, because I think with this one it just all comes down to money. But I think the one that annoys me. Okay, Chip.
Maybe we're not ever going to be able to outspend the beer distributors. The craft pack, our pack is we'll never be able to do that. But we do want to contribute to some of our friends that are in the legislature and other parts of government, statewide elections. We do want to contribute and endorse candidates who are, proven to be our friends. We have a good argument for things that we want to do, and we have a generally good reputation out in the state, and I think it will behoove our legislators and other government officials to promote this business in Texas, and hopefully some of us can get out of Texas and become regional and national brands like some of these breweries that are in other states.
Yes.
So it really benefits the state of Texas and the citizens of the state of Texas to promote our business like it does many, many other businesses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Texas is a pro-business environment, and we have proven ourselves to be good, honest, and faithful contributors to the marketplace here in Texas.
Right. How many other businesses have been worked out over beers? You know, when you think about that?
Have been what?
Worked out over, like people sitting down and trying to figure out deals and partnerships and things. You do that over a beer, you know?
All of them, as far as I know.
Any that are worth paying attention to, right? So, I don't know. Just think like the steps. It's like there's the economic impact of the breweries themselves, but then beyond that, like you put a couple of beers in somebody trying to make a deal, and then the ripples just keep going out. It's way bigger than just that first inner circle. It goes way out.
Sure it is. I mean, there are all sorts of businesses that that we ourselves do business with, and we've got all kinds of welders, electricians, plumbers, equipment dealers, janitorial services. I mean, we're a business like anybody else, and we employ other businesses. So, yeah, of course, there's a ripple effect.
Yeah, I would like to get the whole the beer before noon on Sunday at the grocery store. If we could throw that in somewhere, whoever's coming up with the agenda for this next session, I'd like to get.
I don't know. I don't get a lot of heartburn over that.
Well, he's got beer at his fingertips. So.
That's true. That's true.
I'm done on Saturday.
Yeah, you got a good fallback. And then also, for us people that work late, that's that whole after midnight at the grocery store too. That's a killer.
Yeah.
If you get off.
You're not getting up till late anyway, so you can get your beer at noon.
Oh man, no, it's okay.
That wouldn't heartburn.
No, here's the thing, Chip. Let me tell you, I got burned by this a couple weeks ago. So this one got stuck in my crawl. And before I forget, Chip, excellent use of the word behoove. I think behoove should be used. It would behoove people to use the word behoove more. So use that. Yes. So good job. But something that stuck in my crawl the other day. I was at our local HEB, who has an excellent beer selection here in the Cypress area, Fairfield HEB. Great beer selection. Went to church, took the family to church, left the girls at Sunday school. We drove right across the parking lot, which is right by our HEB, to do our grocery shopping. Got our beer, got up to the line. She's like, "Sorry, it's 11:50. You can't get this." And then the person behind me had 2 bottles of wine. The person behind them had something else. But they were like, "Oh!" And then there's like 4 people, me and then 3 other people in the row, right there, trying to buy. And I think a lot of that was local stuff they were trying to buy. Couldn't do it, Couldn't do it.
I mean, it would behoove me opening up more and more hours, but I don't know.
I just want those groceries.
I've only got so much fight in me. I got to fight for some other things.
He can't fix that for you, Josh.
I know.
You got to pick the battle.
Yeah.
But all kidding aside, if that is a customer issue, you should bring that up,
Mm-hmm.
and that'd be great. I'm sure the grocery stores would love it, and I'm not sure that the liquor stores would love it. So you got different factions fighting against each other. And that's a law. I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm not gonna get into that.
All right, that's super wise. Excellent take there. What did you open up there, Kennedy? I saw you pour another beer.
I did.
What did you get?
It's funny you should ask.
Mm-hmm. Oh, are we going to do the thing now? Catherine, are you ready?
I opened up
I'm ready now. Yeah, I don't have proper glassware, but I do have beer in front of me.
Okay. Well,
Big Bark Amber Ale.
Amber Lager, bro.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
I
I didn't mean to say that. Amber Lager.
Hold on. We should do the open. Are you ready to do the open?
Let's do it.
We have official things we do on the show. Let's do this. Ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
3, 2, 1, and go.
It's time for your favorite segment and mine here on Liquid Lunch. This is
What you drinking?
All right. So we said the Hefeweizen early. Now the Big Bark Amber Lager. So good. So tasty. Hey, Chip, thank y'all for canning.
Well, thank
You did that just for you, Josh.
I can't buy it before noon on Sunday, but I'll stick around for that one. I'll just go sit in my car and listen to the radio for a little bit. And
Why are you up before noon on Sunday?
we go to church. You go to church and then you go buy your beer.
Not even that. If I'm a mom, I have 4 kids. You got to get to the grocery store early on Sunday to get all the lunch supplies for the week before the crowds get there.
Right, and everybody knows your kids need their beer during the week.
And there's nothing you need more out than a beer after that. So it's super disappointing. It's happened to me at least 4 times that I've tried to buy beer and wasn't able to.
You know,
I didn't know that this. I live in this rarefied atmosphere where I can just go over to the brewery and pick up some beer if I need anything. I'm getting trouble thinking about this. All these people that are trying to get beer on Sunday morning.
Well, it's only because you forget. You forget that law even exists, and then you go through the line, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, you can't buy this."
Because it makes no sense. Because it
It is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chip, you forget you're in the 1 beer cent.
Yeah.
I guess I am too.
He's one of those beer centers that just has beer at his fingertips.
I'm a 1%er.
One beer
when it comes to beer.
I'm personally never out of the door before noon on Sunday.
Okay, let's go 12 hours later. After work, you go to at midnight. You just want to go through. You got to pick up a handful of things, carton of milk, some things for breakfast, and you want, a beer.
Well, that kind of sucks.
For after work? Yeah. No, it doesn't kind of suck.
Oh, you know what else sucks?
It straight up sucks.
You can't go to a bar that has crowlers. You can't get a crowler to go after midnight.
But you can sit there for another 2 hours and have beer.
Yeah, but you can't get that crowler to go. That one has, I've been at a few bars.
Is that I didn't know that one was I didn't know that was a rule.
Yes, it's considered.
We can't have crowlers, so I'm not in touch with the crowler world. I didn't know that you couldn't get one until after midnight. You couldn't get one.
Yeah, it's considered beer sales, so they can't sell crowlers after midnight. No beer to go after midnight, but you can stay there, like you said, 2 hours and drink and get in the car and drive home. Yeah,
or Uber.
I am
if you're wise.
Yeah, I spend a large portion of my paycheck on crowlers.
Well, good.
Yeah, it's an investment.
So where do you get them now? How many? Why am I asking you these questions? But how many brew pubs and bars now have crowler fillers, seamers?
Well, the brew pubs I've been to lately for podcast recordings, it seems like kind of it's a staple now. I think if you have that brew pub license and you why not? Most do. Hop Scholar, where do you normally go?
Hop Scholar in
Spring.
Is one of my big favorite watering holes. Right.
I know Eureka High, the newer brew pubs. They all do, as far as I can tell.
And this is something that's happened to me before. I'm get there, I start drinking. Before I know it, it's past midnight, and I'm like, oh, shit, I forgot to buy a crowler. And I'm screwed at that point.
Yeah. Same thing at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Like the one by our work, you'd have to leave early, and you sprint in because you've got, you leave 5 minutes early from work. It's 2 minutes up the road. You do a fishtail and the e-brake into the spot, shoulder roll out of the door, get up and sprint in, go down the beer, I'll grab it, and then, dive across the scanner, bloop, and then you look and see if you made it. 59 and 27 seconds, good to go. Hold my beer. I'm going to go shop for some other things. Used to be diapers and stuff, but now it's like, you know,
Yeah.
snack on the way home, hummus and.
It's not paper towels.
We have these little tiny 12-ounce crowlers that we like to sell 6 at a time, and we would love to sell them from our brewery here.
Yeah.
When people come by and
Hey, hand me one of those.
sample our beer.
Hand me a big bark.
One they ought to.
They cold?
Oh, by the way,
Yeah. Go
I
on.
should mention. I guess the cat's out of the bag. But I'll mention it anyway, that Grodziski is going to be in Cannes coming up this spring.
Yes.
How exciting!
Yes.
Those guys in the Can the Grode movement.
The movement.
I'll drink to that.
We got pressured into it. And so, yeah, we'll have Grodziski available soon.
That's the best kind of pressure. Catherine,
Beer
Yeah.
pressure.
apologies from the
Oh.
rest of us.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, what? Apologies to me or
To you.
from me? Oh, okay.
To you. What are you drinking?
Oh, okay. Well, I
Yeah.
just got this one. I just got a little beer delivery while I was sitting here, and I am drinking the Five Stones Manmosa.
Manmosa, eh?
Yeah.
Tell us
Can
all.
you see that?
We can.
Look at that.
What's in that?
This is a wheat ale with fresh oranges and zest, it says. 5.8%.
Look at
And
that.
It's
who
pretty
makes
yummy.
that?
This is Five Stones.
5 Stone.
Yeah, they're my San Antonio neighbor.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
They're
good.
like a circus beer.
Circus beer, yeah.
It's a circus beer. That's exactly what it is. I could go ride a unicycle now.
Their head brewer is the bearded lady.
It's
That's right.
beer made for the
That's right.
having at the circus.
Mhm.
That's perfect.
When you go buy it, you get as many people in the car with, dressed up as clowns as
I
possible.
don't. I guess what makes it a Manmosa is that it's
All these
a beer.
breweries we have beers for every single occasion.
That's right.
Perfect.
Even your own circus.
As we should.
Y'all talk about some why I drink this beer.
Oh, okay. No, I was just saying that I guess what makes it a Manmosa is that it's beer, right? With oranges.
Why is it a Manmosa?
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I've been left off this can.
Maybe
But
Wanna
I'm
make a
still.
Manmosa?
maybe they just mean like all mankind.
Maybe that is.
Maybe.
Okay, Josh.
Because like
Well, hopefully they'll follow with a Woo Man.
There we go. There you go. I want a beer that just says everyone drinks beer.
well, okay, so let's be honest. The mimosa, it's like the meh-mosa should be more like
That's
the
true.
meh-mosa. I mean, you drink
Yeah.
them if they're free.
Yeah.
But if
they're
it's
not
a-
my go-to.
For
Yeah.
the mankind mosa, but a woo man mosa would be the next step up, which
Yeah.
woo, I'd drink that.
More exciting. Hmm.
Yeah, that's what they should do. 5 times.
Yeah.
What would you put? Okay, if you had to do something to get the moniker of woo man mosa,
Yeah.
how would you take that beer a step
You know what?
further?
They could take this is very good, but they could spice it up a little bit,
Ooh, ooh,
Maybe add a little spice to it with the orange. That would be yummy.
ooh. Chip, what do you think about spiced beer, like pepper beers and things like that? What's your take? What do you think?
I was thinking of spicing it up. I was just looking at my picture, and it looks like I'm in front of a green screen. Can you like put some action scenes
Yeah,
behind-
put some stuff behind Chip.
Can we get some explosions behind Chip? Let's work that up. Let's see.
There's a good possibility it may crash everything if I attempt that.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
okay. So
And
we have them, but just not available at the moment.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Okay. So when we wrap this up, Chip, we're going to have you run
Yeah.
towards the screen, and when I'll count down in the camera, 3, 2, 1, and then you leap, and we'll have the explosion behind you, and that'll be the end of the show.
But you're not allowed to look at the explosions.
Yeah, don't look at them.
Yeah, the explosions got to go off. You can't look back because then you look cool.
Oh yeah, slow walk. You want to slow walk? Should we
Yeah.
slow walk it or run and jump?
No, slow walk as the explosions are going off.
Maybe. Okay, maybe
There,
maybe drink
A
a
lot of
beer,
direction.
throw it behind you,
Yeah.
slow walk.
like a grenade,
Yes.
Yeah.
Like an epic beer grenade.
Yeah.
Bill's grenade.
Yeah.
There's a beer name.
Pils Grenade. And yeah, I'd be in
It
that
just
war.
blows up in the can.
Yeah, just boom, in your mouth. And you just, ma. You know what goes good with citrus? Like, if you're going to spice it up, habanero.
Yeah.
Habanero would go good.
Yeah. The only issue I had take with spicy or peppery beers is that one time I was drinking a beer somewhere and I was like, oh, this has like a peppery finish. And the person sitting next to me was like, oh, they probably didn't clean the limes properly. And I was like, oh, gross.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. I was like, ugh.
No, there's.
No. Hopefully it was meant to taste that way.
Hopefully.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you want to name the bar? No, I'm just kidding.
No. No. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I will say that.
Public service. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
The
We put out lines very frequently
yeah,
in our distribution area.
yeah. You gotta get on that.
Hopefully it wasn't one of our beers.
No, it was not. It wasn't.
It's the little things that really make the biggest difference, like that.
You know, I think
Yeah. I had no idea.
I think I had one of your beers, and the lines weren't clean. Can you guys send me some free stuff?
Dude, you can't do that.
Say no. Say no.
Just Chip, just shake
Just
your
say
head
more
in
Kennedy.
disdain at Kennedy.
That's why Kennedy's the producer and not a host.
Yeah, he's just. It's just the weekly shame. Shame.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Kennedy.
You guys, you're just mad because you didn't think about it first.
No, it's not.
No, I would never think of that. That's why.
No. But I will say this: Lone Pint over here
Yeah.
in Magnolia and their Yellow Rose, they added habaneros to that, and a super citrusy kind of IPA with the mosaic hops and all
Yellow
that.
Rose Brewing Company?
No, Lone Pint. Lone Pint. Yeah, Lone Pint. That makes.
I was going to say, I don't know if you're old enough to remember Yellow Rose Brewing Company.
When was that? When and where was that?
That was a brewery that was in business before we were.
Oh.
In San Antonio.
Oh yeah.
You were probably still bouncing on Mom's knee.
We're older than you think we are, probably, but
25 years ago.
Oh, you're not old
Yeah.
enough to remember that, Catherine.
okay. Well,
Well, not old enough to have had it. I probably.
no, I wasn't drinking in high school, probably.
You
yes,
were
I
in
was.
high school
But
25 years ago.
I graduated from high school 20 years ago.
Oh my.
No, I don't believe you.
Whoa. Yeah. Jeez.
Whoa.
Who
Yes,
knew?
it's true.
Yeah, it kind of creeps up, right? I think I'm. Let's see. No, wait. I think I'm 20 years ago. This is not. Yeah, 2018, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 20 years.
Oh my
20
god,
years, Chip.
Happens fast.
man, I'm creeping up on 30
Yeah. Right.
years old.
Okay. All right. Well, enough of that. All right. So let's circle back around. What do we need to know? Roush Fest coming up this weekend. Bamberg. On the color.
They say Bamberg.
Bamberg. That's right.
Bamberg works okay too.
Yeah. That's the Texas pronunciation.
January 27th.
January 27th, 1 to 7 p.m. there in beautiful, beautiful Austin, Texas. The great, mighty Live Oak Brewing Company. Also, their anniversary, 21st. They're finally legal. 21st anniversary party. Saturday, April 7th, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. Get your calendar right now so you can make
Yeah,
it there.
everybody get out there.
April 7th. You got plenty of time to get everything situated. Child care, parent care,
That's right.
driving,
Designated driver.
all that stuff.
Get your car insurance together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even get it serviced,
All
maybe.
that
You're living.
All lined up.
You're living well.
Yeah.
You know what, Chip, real fast, I'm so sorry. Your graphic design is so great on your posters. Do you guys have an in-house graphic designer, or does someone do that for you?
We've had a graphic designer since the get-go, and he designed all of our logos. And then we had another guy a couple of guys that put them together on our cans and on our packaging. But in-house, we have Dusan Kwiatkowski, who is our head brewer. And
Okay.
he's also quite an artist.
Oh, wow.
A whole lot of things, a lot of T-shirts. He's done the designs for Lager Jam and a bunch of our ads in the Austin Beer. What is it called? Austin Beer Magazine.
Okay.
And you know, he's quite an artist. And now we got another guy here who's a driver who is also an artist, and he's doing something as we speak.
Nice. How nice.
Really fun to use the things that we have around here. Another one of our sales guys, he drew a Live Oak logo that's on one of our hats. So yeah, we like to have fun.
Perfect.
That is perfect. That is perfect. Oh,
Yeah.
tap room hours. Check it out. Sunday through Thursday, noon to 9 p.m., and then noon to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday. There you go.
Yes.
Go visit the new.
We're open late night all the way till 10.
Plenty of time. And the new beautiful area. Just
Yeah, it is beautiful out here, and the weekends and Fridays we've been having our fire pit going, and for this weekend we've got 3 additional fire pits going. It's gonna be fun if we're not careful.
that's good stuff. And
Perfect.
I love the fact that you picked a spot with so many actual live oaks, like their beer garden out there with all the it just.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful.
Our beer gardens are covered with live oaks.
Beautiful. Just a beautiful thing.
We got 22 acres out here on the Colorado River.
Woo.
Oh.
We have a fantastic disc golf course now.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
We've been having mint discs come out on Tuesdays for an evening of putting, and that's been a lot of fun.
That sounds so elevated and like kind of glamorous.
Putting,
Yeah, I like it.
quite elevated.
Nice. Very cool. All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap here. We're coming up on an hour. You know, your lunch out. You know, your lunch hour. We only get to hang out for an hour because.
I know. I've finished my Grodziski, and I'm
Moving on to something else.
the Schwarzerau.
Well, all right. So we need.
Had my lunch.
Hey, plenty of calories. It'll keep you going throughout the afternoon. You're good.
That's right.
Good to go.
Or nap time.
Either way.
Or nap time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Either way. All right. Well.
You're very lucky, Catherine, because you
Am I?
you get to have nap time now.
Oh,
Yeah,
hopefully, if that baby goat takes a nap.
Doesn't she like to take naps?
She does, but not when I do. It never seems to sync up.
I think they.
Okay, you got to take a nap when
I think they
Yeah.
do that on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, we would be remiss if we didn't throw a shout out to our wonderful sponsors. Of course, the Grain Cellar. Preston, I know he was watching earlier. Humble's premier homebrew store. Go out there and get your home brewing, winemaking, distilling, and fermenting supplies and equipment. 240 1st Street West, Humble, Texas 77338. Still giving away those free hugs along with
That's right.
the free classes as well. So Preston will hug you up and then get you loaded up with all your home brewing equipment. The awesome, the great, the San Antonio inspired Barbacoa Apparel.
Yeah.
Go to barbacoaapparel.com and get you one of those. I think my next shirt is bean and cheese. I'm thinking I'm going to go bean and cheese.
Well, that's our most popular seller, so it makes sense that you would go for that one. Because who doesn't love a bean and cheese taco? Nobody.
Egg and Teresa.
Doesn't.
Yeah, right. Chip, if you had to pick your favorite breakfast taco, what ingredients?
Oh gosh.
Hard-hitting
It's
questions.
placed over by our old brewery, and I could never remember the name, but it's on the corner of Tillery and that other street.
Okay.
It's on the northeast corner, and I can never remember their name, but they have the best breakfast tacos around, I think. Anyway.
Yeah.
What's your go-to breakfast taco, Chip? What's the one that you always order?
I like egg, bacon, potato.
There. Ooh, I like that combo.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
much a normal breakfast taco.
You got to put bacon on everything.
Yeah.
Bacon makes the world go round.
That's right.
And bacon is smoked.
Yes.
So
That's true.
just like this.
Smoked bacon. I feel certain that we'll have some smoked bacon here this weekend.
Perfect.
Mm.
Bring it around, guys. We're just circling all the way back around on purpose.
I want to tell you one more thing that we're going to have.
Go.
Yeah.
We're going to cook up some meat using a rum barrel.
Mm.
It's going to be a smoked rum barrel stave oak smoked meat.
Oh my goodness.
Mine's
It's going to be
blown.
awesome. It will blow your mind.
Wow.
Rum barrel
It already has.
Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah.
meat.
I will. Well, I'll fade up the music because it's almost out. Everybody, Live Oak Brewing, check them out.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay. That was just for the end of the podcast so that I could just edit
Yeah.
it real easy. But we can.
It's not really into the show. is it?
Yeah, go tell us more about that rum barrel smoked. Okay, so what are they going to smoke on it? Just whatever they feel led to smoke, brisket or something, or I don't know. Anything could be.
We should just smoke some stuff in some
I
barrels.
don't know what smoked on it.
Yeah. Well, I guess you got to go.
Something.
You got to go and find out.
Maybe a bunch of chickens, maybe a brisket. I don't think we'll do a brisket. I think it'll be something like a bunch of chickens.
Mm.
Okay. Something that doesn't take 2 days.
Yeah.
I tried brisket once. I don't have the staying power for brisket. That's the problem.
To smoke a brisket?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got to be all in.
Yeah. Chicken's so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And just as delicious.
Well,
y'all edit all this up and turn it into half an
Josh will edit it and make it perfect.
well, no, I'm going to make it into a podcast. We're going out live now. And then Kennedy will repost in beautiful, crisp HD on our YouTube channel.
Still live now.
We're still live now, and Kennedy left, so I don't even know how to switch that button over here. So we're just kind of, if anybody needs to go, I can just sit here and dance and drink beer.
I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that it? So I'm going to be here. I'm going to go solo until
Thank you, Chip. No, I can hang out with you for a minute,
Yes,
Josh. We
Chip.
actually have a couple things we could talk about.
Okay, cool. Well, Chip, thank you so much. This has been literally. I'm a huge fan of everything you do, and now I'm a fan of you.
Thanks for thinking of me.
No, thank you for being on our show. This is awesome. And
Yeah.
Catherine and I are going to come up there. We're going to meet in Austin because that's kind of our midway
Yes.
point, right?
We are.
And we're going to come hang out if you'll have us.
Good. Well, let me know when you're here.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
All right. I'm going to over and out.
All right.
All right.
Over
Bye,
and out.
Chip. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Chip. Thank you so much. That was awesome. That was Chip.
He was ready to go, Josh.
I
He
know.
was ready to go.
That's perfect.
Who
That's
else
perfect.
Who else does that?
No,
Yeah.
no, he can do that. When you're
I mean, he spent an hour here. He said 30 minutes. He went over by 30 minutes.
it happens. It happens. I mean, he drank 3 beers, so I mean, that's
Yeah. No, he was. Yeah. Hmm.
that was probably it. He might, sometimes those beers hit you. Like Kennedy just had to go to the bathroom. Not everybody has an iron bladder like this guy.
Yeah. No, I don't. I'm a mop, so my
No.
bladder is shaky at best.
I went to the bathroom like 3 times already.
I know.
Wow.
During the show?
No, just once during the show, but
Should we? Do you have a
Plus-
little UTI? You want to? Should we diagnose you right here?
well,
be,
nothing's burning.
Could be enlarged prostate. How's your prostate? When's
Could
the last
be.
time you got that checked?
I don't know.
Could be diabetes. Could be. What else could it be?
You know what? It could also be
Just a
the
teeny
fact
tiny
that I
bladder.
drank like 3 waters before I got here today.
I don't think that's it. I think it's something worse.
Probably.
Well,
When in
that's
doubt,
not nice to say.
let's just.
When in doubt, let's just internet diagnose you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, a little women.
According to Liquid Lunch MD,
Yeah.
you need to get some digits dropped on you there, bro. You can check that.
For sure. Did you guys see my bird flying around my head while we were doing?
No,
No,
I
but
hear it.
We heard it.
It
It happened.
what's your bird's name?
Her name is. So my 8-year-old named her. Okay, just her name is
Sure.
Persephone Caliente.
Okay,
What?
Yeah,
That's,
that's her name. But we call her Percy for short.
Percy.
Yeah,
No, it's good.
yeah. She's really into Greek mythology. So
Okay.
yeah, not the bird. My daughter.
Oh, I was like, well,
Because that would be weird.
That's
What
weird. That why is the bird reading a book?
don't even have,
That's weird.
can't even hold
That's
it up.
strange.
Has
Yeah,
to-
but sometimes I forget. So let me just tell you a small story about the bird. I don't know. Are we cutting? Are we leaving?
I got.
Okay.
I got.
Form is yours.
Let me tell you a small story about the bird. So the bird almost lost its life because my 8-year-old daughter decided she was going to give it a bath, and you're not really supposed to bathe birds.
Mm-mm.
Okay, birds are supposed to bathe themselves. They don't need help.
Mhm.
And the bird went into some kind of weird shock, maybe,
Mhm, mhm.
and she wasn't moving, but she was breathing really quickly. So we kind of blew her with a blow dryer because I happen to have a stepfather who is a zoologist and works with birds.
That comes in handy,
Comes in handy when you have a parakeet.
at least at the
So
moment.
he told me what to do, and we de-thawed her or whatever, and then we made a family decision that maybe Persephone Caliente shouldn't live in Maria's room anymore.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe it'd be safer if she moved into our room. So we moved her into our room, and we realized that her cage is a little small, and this kind of sucks. So in the mornings, I've been letting her out and letting her just kind of fly around the house.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I forget that she's out,
Mm-hmm.
and then she'll kind of bird nosedive me, and I'll be like, oh, and then I realize that the bird is actually flying around the house.
Ah,
Do you remember to turn all the ceiling fans off?
that's a good.
Yes, the ceiling fans are permanently off in our house because of the bird. Yes.
We had a bird for a little while. We had a Mexican Amazon, redheaded Amazon.
You said that was exasperation.
He was an ornery son of a bitch. Let me tell you, he did not
Really?
he didn't like me. They're
Oh.
very. Okay, here's the deal. My wife's grandfather bought him for her when
Okay.
she was 9 years old.
Oh, that's an old ass bird.
They lived to be maybe 100 years old.
Yeah,
There's-
birds
Oh,
could live
wow.
that long.
those, especially those guys.
Wow.
Yes, that's a commitment and a half. So, I move into the picture, and she, when she was living in Arkansas before we moved back to Texas, she, she didn't have the bird. So when I came in, got comfortable with Kelly, and she's comfortable with me, and then the bird is reintroduced, and he's not a big fan of me. As much
Oh,
as,
he didn't like you.
Mm-mm. But yeah, we would let him fly a little bit. We got him a separate perch. He was big though. He's real pretty. I'll give him that. But man, super loud and just not a big fan of. He's probably not watching the live stream right now.
No.
Is he in your house?
No, we rehomed him. We had a friend.
Hold him.
Yeah, we had a friend that also had another bird. They're very much companion animals, so they had one of those cockatiel birds, or one of the white ones with the yellow tops, and they're best buds now. So they're
Perfect.
yeah. So we could go visit him if we wanted to. He probably would
Yeah.
remember us, but we'd rather not. Once we got a puppy, and then she would go through the bottom of the cage, caught everything, get in there, and then babies will do the same thing. So as soon as they got, it was like, we got to get rid of the bird.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's probably a good choice.
yeah. So yeah, he's fine. His name was Pancho Villa.
Oh, historical name.
Yes, I mean that
Yeah.
was his name when he came to us. So I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
What
you
can
know,
you do? It's just
I
his
will
name.
fault you for that one.
He might have been as old as the original Pancho Villa. That's
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
birds. What did you want? Was there something specific you wanted to talk about before Chip abandoned us?
Not really. I just made a general statement and was like, just to reassure you that you weren't on your own.
Oh, I appreciate that. I would have.
Yeah.
I probably would have been fine. It wouldn't have been entertaining or something anybody
Yeah.
would have wanted to watch, but I would have done it.
Okay.
Just to hear me talk.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, Yellow Rose Brewing, San Antonio, 1994 to 2000.
Yeah. So well within my drinking years, by the way.
When did you turn 21? 2000?
Well, I didn't say legal drinking years. I just said drinking years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't actually. I guess 2000, 1999,
Oh,
2000,
What year were you born? Let's do the math.
1979,
Yeah, so 2000.
2000. Yeah.
I was born in 80. 2001.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There you go.
I was born in 82.
No, that's
1882.
that's not.
You don't believe me?
Back in the
Are
old
you
days.
going to your 20-year anniversary or
Me?
class reunion? Yeah.
I don't know
You're
that they're
not
having
talking
one.
about me.
No.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't go to mine. I knew that mine was happening, but I didn't go.
Well, okay. One, not driving 10 hours. Try that.
Right.
Have you tried that Promise yet? Did you try that last time we had it? Try that, Kennedy. That's a great beer right there.
Yeah, we've had this before.
I know, great beer. Try it again.
It's a good one to end the show with because it's not very. It's not a lot of alcohol in it.
Is it not? I thought it was like 7%.
Oh, I am wrong.
It's like 6.5, 7.
Yeah, it's like 8.0.
Okay, there you go. Well, that's your.
All right, so I'm gonna drink it anyway.
There you go. No, okay. For one, I'd have to drive 10 hours to go. But two, I feel like Facebook.
Thank you. Okay. Can we just talk this out for just a second?
Please do.
So they started a Facebook page for a class reunion, right? And then they're putting all the information about the reunion and the tickets are $150 and like all this nonsense.
Okay,
right?
stop there. Nope.
Thank you. Thank
Next.
you very much. Right? Okay. So what did I do? I was like, okay. So I go through, first of all, people that I didn't like in high school that I forgot existed were like commenting in there. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that person. He was horrible. Or I hated that girl. And then I would just go and kind of like Facebook stalk everybody. And then I was like, I don't really need to go now. We're all caught up.
Yeah, that's true. There's no real compelling reason to. I mean, that's what. Did you just end the Periscope?
No.
It looks like it just ended. Anyway, sorry. There's no. Yeah. I mean, that's all you did back in the day. Like 50 years, I can kind of see it's like who's still alive. But I mean,
But 20.
Yeah, no. I mean, Facebook.
I tell you what's validating. What's validating is seeing guys that maybe you had a crush on that didn't know you existed, and then you go and look at their profile pictures, and you're like, "Oh wow,
They're bald.
he's like a dad. He's bald and fat now." I don't know. I'm just saying those are examples of things that made me feel better.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, or girls that I wasn't that into that were kind of horrible,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Oh, right.
you know what I mean?
So you're
And then I would go look at their Facebook page, and I'd be like, "Okay, well now you have a mom body, so
Yes.
I'm good.
So
Or
you-
everything's good."
Time is the great equalizer.
So you're taking pleasure in the misfortune of others.
I'm taking pleasure in the fact that they're not a size 0. Yes.
Yeah, people age. You should
People
know this,
age.
Kennedy.
Yeah. And it feels good. It just feels good.
Yeah.
And a lot of listen, and I'm not knocking. And religion is a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people who I went to high school with maybe didn't conduct themselves in a manner that was ladylike.
Mm-hmm.
So they were.
Now uber religious.
Oh. Like to make up for lost time?
I don't know, but I'm just like I was scrolling through people's pictures and be like, oh, that's interesting because I remember you being in the back of somebody's car,
Oh.
but now you're at Sunday school with your kid.
Mm.
I don't know.
Is it equal on the other end of the spectrum? Like, are they? Do they seem like they're trying to work off that whole the dalliances or whatever you'd call them?
I guess so.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean,
Maybe.
I find that funny. I find for sure it's like okay. Let me know how that works.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck with that.
I'll just drink a beer. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. I mean, they're fine. People are fine. If I see somebody I went to high school with, like every once when I go back, I'll run into somebody. But the people that like my best friend Aaron and some like 3 or 4.
You
other
still
people.
talk to those people.
Yes.
You don't need to have a reunion.
And I hang out with him every time I go back home.
Exactly.
And I take him beer, and he's like, "Thanks, man." I'm like, "Are you gonna get me any beer from like?" But there's no breweries in Jonesboro, so he's like, "Oh, I mean, I guess when they make one, I'll get you some."
Yeah.
I'll just take all these now, and then just takes it and runs away. Yeah, no, so yeah, still a dry county, sort of.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's another reason you don't. Go back.
Is that still happening in Texas or
in Arkansas?
In Arkansas.
It happened. Well, yes, it does. It is happening in Texas. There's not that many. Actually, the Heights up until this past legislative they just voted the rest of it wet. There was a little spot of the Heights, like in just the middle of.
That was dry.
It was dry in the middle, like
kinda.
No, it was legally. You couldn't open a bar there. You couldn't open the restaurant.
You had to be like member of a club.
That's
and you could drink in those places.
You have to do that.
That sounds super shady.
You do that in Jonesboro too. You like the Outback Steakhouse has a liquor license that you have to be a member of the club at the Outback Steakhouse. Yeah. But that membership of a club consists of $5 a year and signing your name to a paper book with a date.
Okay.
So super on the up and up.
Yeah, I'm
very interesting.
I am a member of a couple of clubs in the Heights.
Are you?
Yeah.
Now I don't think you need to be.
No.
I think it's all wet now.
Well, last time I've been, they haven't been carding me.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. All that stuff, it's all like the laws we were talking about earlier. None of that. It doesn't make sense.
Well, somebody's holding on to it. Somebody needs it.
I don't. If they're making money off of it, yes. That's the main thing with the distributors. That's the reason we can't have to-go sales at breweries. They have a vested, like, if you look at, so the Texas Craft Brewers Guild put out the charts and everything the other day, and it shows how much money the distributors spent in Texas toward, in giving money to legislators. It's far and above other states, way, way, way up there. So I don't know if they feel like they have to justify their investments into these lawmakers or what.
Isn't it interesting that in a state that is so just gargantuan, we still have these very sort of antiquated, archaic laws? Yeah.
No, it's this day and age, man. I just, with communications, what it is, and information free flowing, and just, it's not like, people up in New York live a different way, but we've never actually encountered that because it's so far away. A few people have traveled up there, but we don't really, that's not how we do things. It's not like that anymore. And you look at a place like Houston that's so international and so diverse, and it makes no sense.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Well, somebody's getting something from it.
I guess. Yeah. I can't imagine H-E-B and Kroger not wanting to just, let us, just from the hassle factor of having to decide what, maybe they put it all into the computer and they're like, man, we'd have to go back and change all that. Let's just leave it until the next update.
Well, maybe let's just not fight a fight that's not really, maybe they just don't want to fight the fight.
Maybe. That's good. Yeah, that's true. I do that in life a lot, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things where I'm just like, that used to I would get upset about or angry or whatever, and now I'm just like, it's not worth the calories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look at how many calories I'm going to have to burn to... No. You know what is worth the calories, though? Beer, yeah. Every single one of them. Delicious.
Everyone.
Well, not every single one.
Every single one of the calories it's worth.
I thought you meant every single beer.
No.
It's delicious.
No. I don't know. There's a lesson learned in every beer, I think. Even if it's a bad beer.
Is there a lesson learned in every beer?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to spend my hard-earned money on this again, or...
There's a lesson.
Never let this person choose the beer for this occasion.
Yeah.
That's a lesson learned. Yeah, I think it's valuable.
Okay.
And then if it happens again, then you're like, remember your lessons that you learned. Because there are certain people that I know and truly enjoy their company. But I will never, ever let them choose the beer again because they're bad at it. They're bad at it. It's just not a skill they possess. So
I feel like my beer choosing skills have gotten a lot better.
They have. Let me tell you what. You know what? Catherine, I'm going to pay.
Yeah.
Mr. Kennedy over here.
Oh, hold on.
You're gonna give Kennedy a compliment? Whoa!
Real-
Do we
really?
need intro music? We
Really?
need intro music for
Hold
this.
on. Let me preface it with his first 2 pours on this show. Can we have replay? We don't have the replay option yet. We
No,
have.
we
Okay,
don't.
so here's the time.
They were good.
They weren't. Okay, so if we wanted to add instant replay to our beautiful, look at all this that Kennedy has wrought.
Yeah.
Our beautiful beer framed deal, our bug over there. Thanks, man. Over there. Anyway, all the great graphic multi-camera things that you watch and see and have made this show part of what it is.
Right.
It's from our software called vMix, and there's a higher level to it that we could add to if we had the funds, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we've got to fund it in a responsible economic way, which means
Right.
Should we start a GoFundMe account?
no. But
Josh will never ask for money in that way.
not in that way. But
We will earn it.
yes, and here's what but I will ask for this way: if you are a fan of the show, if
Yeah.
you enjoy what we're doing, if you enjoy our interviews with somebody like Chip McElroy, for example,
Right.
which was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go back and watch it because what a jovial, likable dude.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And what great beer. And man,
Yes.
that
Yes.
was great. Right?
He seemed just, like next door neighbor.
I want to go hang out. Yeah, he
Yeah.
does kind of remind me of my next door neighbor, Mike,
Yeah.
which maybe we'll have him on sometime. But anyway, so we can do more of that if when you're shopping on Amazon, use our link. You're
That's right.
already doing your shopping.
You're
Right.
already going to shop on Amazon.
Right. It's not going to raise any prices or do anything
Right.
different. It's just simply clicking through our link, and we get a little spritz back just a little spritz of happiness back on our face
That's
from
right.
your splash into the old Amazon. Go to liquidlunchshow.com/Amazon. That'll take you right to your normal Amazon, but it'll have all those funky tags in the address bar. And few people have been using it, and
Yeah.
Catherine didn't drop off at all today.
No, because you know why? I have this
Show that.
First of all, can I just tell you that when we were hooking this up, Jason helped me because I didn't have any idea
Where
to
is
plug
Jason
this
there
thing
now? Is Jason there now?
in. He is. He's
Just-
with the baby.
Oh, Jason, love you.
He said he's never seen a cord this long
That's a lot of cords.
before in his life.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is after it's been plugged into another room in my house. Literally taken all the way across my house,
Uh-huh.
and we're sitting here, and it's still.
So
I
you're
still
saying
have all of this.
We could have
So
gotten by.
thank you, Liquid Lunch viewers.
So you're saying would the 50-foot have worked?
I can accessorize and also
You should.
did not drop one time today.
Ah,
The stream looks really good.
it does.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you're getting
Yeah.
a full 30 frames
I'm
a
gonna
second.
take that as a compliment, even though I did nothing.
No, you
to-
did. You
You
and
did.
Jason put that. You should.
No, Jason did. I had no idea where to put this thing. I was like, I don't know. They all look like telephone outlets to me.
No, it's good. It's good. It's
You-
good.
you
You
do
did
it.
whatever had happened. Jason, big ups to
Yeah.
that guy.
He did a good job.
He's a great man.
He would never listen. He's not the kind of guy that would ever let me plug it into the wrong spot. I don't think.
That's
Yeah.
who you need.
Yeah, that's the perfect partner in life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If it
It's
doesn't.
like that's not.
yeah,
I don't know where he was. Like he walks by and he said, "What are you trying to do?"
Mm-hmm.
And I had the end of it, and I was like, "Well, this goes somewhere, but I don't know where it goes." And he was like, "Okay,
Yeah, he knows
Yeah.
the proper place to plug
yes,
things
So-
in.
to plug it in, to plug it in." That's
Yeah.
right.
So
Plug it
later, if you wanted, like early in the show,
Yeah,
you like not this episode, but early in the show, the life of Liquid Lunch, you did some episodes from outside.
I did.
You have the ability now.
Oh, I could go to my 2 doors down and do it. I could do it from anywhere.
Yes.
Could
Yeah.
you could go into your closet.
I could go into my closet, but I have a baby too, so let's just keep that in mind, Kennedy. You can't put babies. It's frowned upon to put babies in closets. I don't know if you guys know that, but
Or the corner. You can't put baby in the
that's
corner.
what I have heard. You
Yeah.
can't put baby in the corner. No.
No.
But also, not only is it do I have all this extra, but it's also like it's not even taut. Like it's still
Like
it's very lackadaisical.
You're lousy with cable length.
you know
I'm
what you know
lousy.
you know what you could do
What is that?
while we're doing the show. Your kids could do
Uh-huh.
jump rope and stuff.
They could.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could string it up for a perch for the bird.
Yeah.
I could do that. I could
Oh.
do that.
You could hang clothes on that line.
You could hang.
I could hang clothes on it and still have enough to do this show.
There you go. Send your ideas for Catherine's new
Cable
line. Send it on to just message us at facebook.com/liquidlunchshow.
Teach your kids like tightrope tricks.
Mm-hmm. All kinds of things.
I could.
You could limbo.
Yeah.
You could limbo.
We could limbo. We could
jump the brook. You could go double and go jump the brook.
I don't know what that means, but
You don't know what jump the brook? It's where you have the two.
That must be an
I'm not
Arkansas
from,
thing.
I'm not from Arkansas, Josh. That
It's not-
sounds a little hill. That
No.
sounds just a little. It has a little sprinkling of hillbilly in it.
It's
Just
not
a
jump.
smidge.
It's not jump the creek. it's not jump the creek. It's jump the brook.
We don't.
Okay.
We don't. You realize we don't call them brooks.
Does that mean like what? How would that even work? You would string it up to from one tree to another.
No.
and then-
You just
Oh.
get classically, which
Okay.
we maybe at my 20-year anniversary we will play some jump the brook. Maybe
Uh-huh.
Miss Gray from PE. Maybe she's 117 now
Mhm.
and wants to come do PE one more time.
Uh-huh. Who
But-
wouldn't?
She was great.
Yeah.
But you would get two jump ropes,
Mhm.
place them at a certain length, and everybody would run. And if you could jump over it, you got to the next round. And then they widen it out. And then you jump the brook again. And then you widen
Oh
it out.
wow.
And then at the end, you're flailing yourself through the air, trying to get across the brook.
Yeah.
Feet, yards, and bones were broken, and
Yeah.
knees were scabbed. And, whoever won was the winner of the day.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Jump the Brook. You don't have
Sounds
brooks?
fun.
Jeff,
I mean, we have small creeks, maybe. I don't know, like creeks, rivers. I don't know about brooks. What is the difference?
I don't know.
Jeffrey suggested double Dutch.
You could do some double dutch.
Oh yeah, double dutch. Double dutch. I actually listen. I don't want to brag, but I will. As a child, pretty darn good at all things jump rope.
Really?
Do you know why? Because it was the 80s and we didn't have the internet
Yeah.
or electronic devices. That's why.
So we had to go outside and play.
We had to go outside to play. That's right.
Yeah.
And find things to entertain ourselves
Yeah.
with.
Things have changed a lot. That's the understatement of the century, right?
It's too much, in my opinion.
One thing that never used to happen, and sounds like your bird is preaching, is like it's kidding, it changed.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
what's
Sing
her
it, Josh.
what's her name?
Constantinople?
Constantinople
Caliente.
Caliente Zusa
Persephone Caliente.
Persephone
I like
Yeah.
Perception
queso caliente.
Perception.
Yeah. Oh, queso's so delicious.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh, something that never used to happen back in the day. Dads showing up in the middle of a school day.
Oh yeah, no, my dad didn't even no,
Well,
did not
because-
even. He would say that's nice and give me a little pat on the head and then do some kind of weird dad thing,
Mhm,
right? Like some kind of weird fun dad thing, like
Yeah.
tickle me till I throw up or something.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
Uh-huh.
That was it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No.
then you'd go whittle something in the garage or fix a car or something.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Mhm, yeah. The other day, a couple weeks ago, I spent the entire day at the school. It's a thing called Watchdog Dad.
Yes.
I got the
I know what
T-shirt.
that is.
I got the T-shirt. I went
Yeah.
and hung out, and the teachers basically just made me their bitch. Basically, they were like, clean up these decorations. It was the first day back from Christmas. They're like, clean these up.
Yeah.
All right, get this stuff off the top shelf. All right, now you
Yeah.
got to go sit with your your daughter.
Oh,
for
I always thought that program was like dads with machine guns walking around the perimeter of the school.
I don't know if I was
making
supposed to do that. I didn't get a machine gun,
Okay.
that's for sure. That would have been awesome.
sure. Okay. Yeah.
I got to sit in class, and man, there was a substitute teacher. I'm sure she was fine. I'm sure she was. Fine. I'm
Aw.
sure she was working hard.
I
But-
always feel bad for substitutes, but
yes. Well, okay. So this was one of those. It was a 5th grade class. They have the trailer basically, or the mobile building, because they're running out of room. Because
temporary building.
yes, but there's a bathroom right there, and so you could tell there. I was like, I know exactly what these kids are doing. Substitute was just walking. And every kid went to the bathroom in the span of about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, God,
And she can't say no because she doesn't know any better.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I just sat there and watched. I was like, I know what y'all are doing. I would have done the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, but then I had to do PE twice, and they were playing crab soccer. I'm not in crab soccer shape.
Is that like crab walk?
Yeah, but you play soccer with the big
That's why.
with the big.
Why does it have to be so complicated? Why can't it just be straight up soccer?
Well, first, that's a horrible sport, but 2, it's with the big. inflatable ball,
Oh, I
like
see.
the Earth ball, but it's
Because they have to make exercising and athletics more fun for kids now.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of just jumping the brook.
Instead of just whatever.
Flailing yourself
Red
through the
River
air.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a fun day, but
Was it fun though, Josh?
parts of it, yeah.
Or were you waiting for it to be over?
I got to leave and got the Chick-fil-A for the girls. That was fun.
Nice. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. And what else was fun? Yeah, the end part was fun. PE was not bad. PE was fun. I don't know that I'm going to join like a crab soccer league.
Did they at least do a background check on you?
I don't think so.
He's got kids. He's fine.
That doesn't mean anything. See, let me just tell you, I'm that mom. I will walk in and see random men standing around, and I'll be like, "What? Who did the criminal background check on these guys?"
Yeah. I mean, I've been around for the last 6 years, so
Yeah.
I think they have a gauge. It's a
right.
gut feeling, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, look at this face.
Yeah. No, I know, but I'm just saying not everybody knows.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, Chad has invited us to the backyard grill
When is that?
tonight.
Oh, I'll be working.
Yeah. So
I'm not going to make it, Chad. Ooh.
no. He first he invited you, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, Christine come too."
Aww. That's not nice.
I know.
Kennedy, how's your lady? How's Jules?
Jules is good.
Yeah.
She let me know that.
Is Jules going to be receiving any jewels anytime soon?
Yeah. You mean any more jewels?
Oh, gross. That was different. That's not what I meant at all. But
Oh.
now I know. Now I know that you're not waiting for marriage.
Speaking of people that on
So-
Facebook not acting like they should.
So I actually my beer selection today. That big bark.
Mm-hmm.
I got that for Jules.
Oh, we're not.
She's
tearing
not
it up?
there. She's not there to drink it though. That's weird.
No, but we're not drinking a whole 6-pack today either.
It's not-
Oh, I see.
yeah. it's
So
not
you're
like-
gonna take some back for her, is what you're saying?
Yeah, so she's a big fan of,
Oh, okay.
of the ambers.
Sweet girl.
That,
Sweet
that-
girl.
That factored into my decisions.
Yeah. From the few minutes
And she's also watching.
no, from the few minutes I got to spend with her at Baleson. Sweet girl. Sweet girl.
Good. Good.
So it
I'm
looks like
happy.
it looks like it's going to make it to Valentine's Day.
I mean, it's Facebook official, which is kind of a big deal.
That is kind of a big deal.
No, it's gonna make it to March.
Why is she going out of town
No,
for 3
because
weeks?
we've
It's
already
the end of January.
we've already planned a trip that I've bought airplane tickets.
Oh, I see.
So
to go
either
to
way,
Florida.
oh,
That's how Kennedy's gonna keep her on the hook.
Yeah.
He's just like he's gonna start buying tickets for things 2 or 3 months out, and then she's not gonna be able to leave.
Yeah.
She's gonna have to go to like the next thing.
but you got to up it every time. That's going to get
Yeah.
expensive. So don't sign up for overtime during this hour and a half or however long.
No.
Just make sure. Do what
Let
you
me
got
give
to
you
do.
one piece. I'll give you one piece of relationship advice, Kennedy. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Don't use up all the good gifts in the beginning.
Okay.
Spread them out, because over time, at some point, 2 years down the road, 5 years down the road, you're going to be like, I don't know what else to buy you, because you're going to have used up all the good stuff in the beginning. Spread it out. You give her like a real good gift, and then next time maybe get her something that's not that great, and then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep her guessing.
Yeah. So I get her beer now.
Perfect.
I would date you. I mean, for that.
I mean, I would be into that for sure. Yeah.
Yep, for sure. That's adorable. So what were we going to do on Valentine's Day? Is she going to come on? Can she come on Valentine's Day? Do you think we can work that out?
Is that on a Thursday?
I don't know.
Well, she just started a new job, so she's not gonna get time off work. But maybe I'll talk to her about Skyping in
Yeah.
on Valentine's
There's
Day.
a lot of people that have, like, Catherine did that for.
Do you have plans for Valentine's Day? You don't have to say what they are, because I think that she's probably watching. But have you thought about that yet? Because you should probably do that.
Yes, of course I
Okay,
do.
good. All right, that's it. That's all you have to say. That's it.
Hey, Tim Foley just joined the old watch.
Oh,
He's
hi,
watching.
Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Hi,
Hey,
Tim.
Jeff. I haven't said hi to Chad. Who else was watching? Preston was watching earlier. Who else did I see?
Jeffrey?
It looks
Travis,
like
Curtis.
Catherine just joined.
Catherine just joined.
Oh,
Tom.
I've been on. That's weird. I've been on this the whole time.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Catherine, any new shows that you've been watching lately that you would recommend?
Okay, so we went back and started. I had never seen True Detective,
Okay.
so I've been watching that.
First season
Uh,
good.
First season. I haven't watched second season, but I hear that first season is better than second season.
I wouldn't bother with the second season
Oh, okay,
personally, but
okay. What else? We started watching Peaky Blinders.
Is that good?
Yes.
That's convincing.
It's good. It's good. I just have to I fall asleep really easily. So I have to get on like a rhythm with it.
Okay.
But I think that once I get into the rhythm, it's gonna be good.
the old Netflix rhythm method. Yeah.
Yeah. Because otherwise I crash at 8:30 or 9 and that's an issue when you're trying to watch things.
Anything else?
Bright, did you guys watch Bright?
No.
Yes.
Is that good?
Good. I would watch it. Like I got some bad reviews, but I think it's entertaining and it's worth watching.
I didn't really like it.
You didn't like it?
No.
I didn't think it was bad.
That's just my opinion.
We just watched Godless.
Oh, how is that?
Really good. It's a good classic Western, but with a twist.
Okay.
You can see like as soon as you click on it, the town. It's based on a true story. A lot of it happens in New Mexico, and they mentioned Taos, which we've been to Taos a lot. In northern New Mexico, but it's a mining town where all the men died in a mining accident, and so it's basically just this whole town of women left to figure it out.
My kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the good for nothing sheriff.
Well, have you watched it?
I watched like 5 episodes.
And you quit after 5?
Yeah.
That's watching it, Kennedy.
That's not. No, it gets really, really good. It's real intense.
I need to go back. It was pretty good. I need to go back and watch it. I'm easily distracted.
So it's one of those shows where the first episode was tough to keep up with because they do all of the backstory in the first episode, they do flashbacks and stuff. But then once we got into that second episode, it had me like that. I thought it was really, really good. So
check it out.
you just can't beat a Western.
Jeff Bridges is the villain.
He's really good.
Yeah.
He's really
Bridges?
yes.
Jeff Bridges,
He is excellent as a bad. He's like
Wow.
yeah. He's one of those bad guys that can turn on being really kind,
Okay.
and like you think it's like you question, is it genuine that he's a really kind dude? And his character is from Arkansas, so
Just right into your little heart.
Mm-hmm.
Burrowing right into your little heart.
Yep.
Very nice. I really want to see the Waco miniseries.
Oh, on Paramount, now called Paramount.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I'm going to get it because we don't have cable, but I'm going to stream it somewhere.
Does anybody have cable anymore?
I don't know.
I don't.
But I don't know. And then also, I really, really, this is not on TV, but I really want to go see I, Tonya.
Where is that?
It's in San Antonio. It's at the Draft House.
Okay.
Is it the dollar movies yet? Do they have dollar movies?
They don't
anymore?
have dollar movies. It's called Netflix.
Oh. There's no more dollar movie theaters?
Well, we have dollar movies here. We have $2 movie theaters in San Antonio. One of them I wouldn't suggest anyone going to unless maybe they're had a shank with them or
Definitely a tetanus shot.
Yes. The other one is a little bit nicer. It's not technically $1. It's like $2.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the one I take my kids to when they want to have a movie experience, but I don't want to spend $100.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Man,
but they still have the unlimited large popcorn.
So you only have to spend like $40.
Yes, because we buy snacks.
No, I was going to say because of all the kids. At $2.
Right, because I have 150 kids.
At $2 a pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. You're old and you have lots of kids.
I do, yeah.
And I'm just normal.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yuck, yuck.
Yeah. What else? Okay, Godless. What else did we watch? I feel like I watched something else lately.
Oh, there's a comedy special. Todd Glass. Are you a fan of Todd Glass?
I don't
really
know.
Good. He's good. I really enjoy him.
I watched Tom Segura's stand-up special. That was really funny.
Was it good?
It was hilarious. Yeah.
I feel like those stand-up specials are hit and miss.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, Amy Schumer. I'm not a big Amy Schumer fan. I watched it. I was like, ooh, why does she always have to wear her clothes four sizes too small?
Well, and I don't know. Like, there was the whole thing, like, who wrote her jokes and if she was plagiarizing.
She's admitted to joke borrowing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she's just mailed it in at this point.
aren't all her? I don't really watch her, but aren't all her jokes about her vagina?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she just, she's gotten to that point where she's like, I need to do one, so let's get the people involved that need to make this happen. And then,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle's was pretty good.
Yeah, I saw that one.
You know,
That
I was
good. That
I was
good.
in the audience for one of Dave Chappelle's that was on Netflix.
Which one? The latest one?
But there's one that he taped in Austin, and I was on a really bad date, and the date was at this Dave Chappelle stand-up thing.
Yeah.
I think I saw
Yeah.
her.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
I
there
did-
in the
I
front. Like we were really close. Like it was a bad date because the guy I was with I was not into, but it was a good date because he got really good tickets and we were pretty close.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I never saw him again after that, but I got to see Dave
Wow.
Chappelle live.
He took
Yeah.
you to like almost front row Dave Chappelle,
Yeah,
and then you didn't want. After that, you're like,
yeah. He was kind of a dick. So
It's all good. Yeah. Yeah. And he's probably like, I know, but I bought you those tickets, so we'll call it even.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new Dave Chappelle, he did 2, and the real new. The second one he did from the comedy.
I saw that.
seen that
That
one
was
yet.
pretty good.
Yeah, the second one is at the Comedy Store in L.A. and it's in a room of like 100 people, maybe. I mean, he's literally like knee to knee with the front row because he's sitting down.
Yeah.
Because it's just that small of a room. Really,
Yeah.
it adds an interesting dynamic to the whole.
I should check that out. I saw him. I've seen him twice live, and the first time I saw him was right. Remember, he took like that 15-year hiatus.
Yeah.
Where he went and lived on. He lives on a farm or something.
Yeah,
thing
in
with
Ohio.
his kids and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he was just coming. It was like his first show to come back, and it was not the best thing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like over time he's gotten buffer.
Yeah.
But more on top of his game again.
Yeah. No, it's. I think it's something you gotta work out the kinks and get your reps
Yeah.
in and that sort of thing.
He also chain vapes.
Chain? No, those are
Chain-
cigarettes.
No, he had like the vape.
No, not in the special. He's smoking cigarettes.
Oh, wow. He moved from vaping to cigarettes.
I don't know. The 2 specials I've seen, and each had 2 stand-up. The last 2 on Netflix.
The one I saw on Netflix, he's got like the vaporizer, vape pen, whatever.
No.
And like someone in the audience asked him if they could take a hit off of it,
No.
and he was like, "Yeah, I don't,
Weird.
I don't want herpes."
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
that's
I
really
thought that
violent.
was. I thought he had real cigarettes because that was one thing I was about to comment on. It didn't seem forced. You see some people that are using would use a cigarette or something as a prop. I feel like he genuinely
Well, I mean, he
smokes,
No, I can't think. I felt like it was a problem because he had it in his hand like the whole time.
but he had to get to it. He couldn't just.
Well, I mean, he has to talk and do a stand-up, so maybe.
Yeah, I miss cigarettes on the news. I wish I think that would fix.
What, like back in the 70s?
Yeah, like when you look back and you see the smoke wafting up from the desk. I miss
Can you
it.
imagine, if you had been a non-smoker in the 70s and 80s, and how horrible life must have been because airplanes, restaurants, everywhere just caked in cigarettes.
Yeah, there was no such thing as a non-smoker. You were either just a smoker or a secondhand smoker.
Hospitals.
Oh yeah,
I do remember airplanes when they smoked on the airplanes.
yeah.
I do remember that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting locked in an airtight tube.
Yeah. Well, they had them separated into sections. Like there was a smoking
With a
section
curtain
in the back.
There's a curtain in
No,
there.
there wasn't
they
even a
just
curtain.
separated that.
It wasn't even a curtain.
Yeah.
And it's why separated? It's not like you're not.
I do
getting
remember
smoke.
I was a smoker from probably age 16 until, I don't know, probably 3 years ago, really.
Uh-huh.
But not a heavy smoker, like a social smoker.
a chipper?
You know?
Like a smoke when
Yeah.
you drink.
Yes, like a smoke when you drink, like every typical woman.
Yeah.
And I remember being really upset when they stopped letting in San Antonio changed the law so that you had to go into a special room to smoke for eating at a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
But now, all this time later, now that I have kids, I'm like, how gross that I was smoking around children. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. How dare you?
Yeah, how dare I
Yeah.
infect
Shit.
the lungs of innocent children?
Yeah. Shame on you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Wow, you learn something every day.
yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah, well,
It's a whole
not
lot.
proud of it.
Kenny, did you ever smoke cigarettes?
No, I've tried probably 15, 20 times to smoke a cigarette, and every time it's just disgusting. Like I choke on it. It's ugh. So yeah, I never got into cigarettes.
Yeah, you have to persevere. You're just you don't know how to persevere.
It's such a weird habit to get into because to start, like your first pack of cigarettes is going to be like torture for you. You got to like make
It's
yourself.
horrible.
You got to make yourself like it.
I tell you what, I think I didn't even really smoke for a long time. I thought I was smoking, but I was just kind of puffing in and out. And then when I started smoking for real, I was like, oh my God, it's so painful. But then, I don't know, I just kept doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everybody starts just to look cool.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I'm just,
I
you're trying to
think
look
the 90s,
cool.
the 90s were like a real smoking time, like Reality Bites and like all that kind of like grungy stuff.
Did you ever
Everybody
try
was
the
smoking.
clove cigarettes?
I'm sure I've smoked a clove cigarette, yeah.
We did.
Or
that.
the menthols. Remember, like there's always one guy that smokes menthols.
Yeah.
It just felt like ice going down your throat.
Yeah. When we got to 18, we tried everything that, like, remember the biddies, the Indian biddies,
Yeah.
or wrapped in a leaf or whatever, like with the little string. It's like, what is this? I don't know. Let's smoke it. Okay. Cherry flavored Swisher Sweets.
Just smoke everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We tried it all.
Black and milds.
Black and milds with the wood tips. Those were great.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was pretty brand loyal.
No. See, no.
Really?
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
your, hold on. Can
Yeah.
I guess your brand?
Sure.
Marlboro Light Ultras.
Not ultras, but Marlboro Lights. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say Virginia Slims. 120s.
No, what am I, 185 years old? No, that's like an old lady cigarette. That was a spry young lady
Yeah. Well, you were before you started smoking.
before I started smoking.
Young
that's
lady,
right.
that will mess.
Yeah, that will age you right away.
Yeah.
You have no idea as you're doing it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we should tap this one out into the dish and get about our day. We've had an extended lunch.
We have.
So,
Thank you, fellas.
Well, keep talking for another 3 minutes and 30 seconds while the
Okay.
music plays, because
We have a little bit of, we had a couple people. Jeffrey says, our school requires a background check for everything.
oh,
As they
for
should.
everybody or just you, Jeff?
As they
Well,
should.
there's a question.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You should do Watchdog Dad if you can pass the background check, Jeff. It's fun. Or
He says he has.
Okay.
Or he says my wife and kids keep trying to get me to do
that's
it.
what I'm saying.
Don't do it,
Share-
Jeffrey.
Hey,
Don't,
dude, you
do it.
don't. You're not even in on this discussion. Yeah,
It doesn't sound fun.
you don't have kids. You don't know. Misery is
That's a
fun
whole
when you have
day.
kids.
That's a whole day though.
You don't know that I don't have kids.
Like, wouldn't it just be more fun to just like that, just kind of volunteer for the Valentine's party, which is like 45 minutes?
No. Oh, I
Oh,
don't
You
know.
want the-
man. You being the chaperone?
You want the whole day.
Well, I was able to skate out on stuff as soon as I got like to the point of involvement on something where it's like I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh, I see.
Oh, schedule says I got to go to this next thing. See ya. I'm
I
out.
see.
Deuces.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Did you bring any beer or is that in poor taste?
I didn't have enough to share with all his teachers.
Yeah.
That's too much. I thought about driving around my cruising cooler at the school, but
Yeah, you have been the coolest dad ever.
yeah, my girls told me I couldn't. But
Yeah.
Oh, you should
Kids
have.
don't.
You should have.
Kids don't actually think that those things are cool.
really? Oh, did you see Cruising Cooler posted where that was on what network is what's her face? I'm Megan Kelly. What is she on now? Good Morning America or something?
Ugh, yeah.
Yeah, but it was on her show. Some guy drove on with a Cruising Cooler.
Oh,
on national
really?
TV. Yeah,
Hey.
yeah.
Awesome.
She's not a whatever, but national TV for Cruising Cooler.
Yeah. Good job, Cruising Cooler.
You know, I wonder if that old couple that won the cruising cooler at Bailson's, if he's hurt himself yet on that thing,
I think he's got it under control. That guy seemed like
or do you think he's still driving it, or do you
Of
think
course.
he's like, oh, this is too dangerous?
no. He enjoyed. You should have seen the smile
I'm gonna
on his
give it to
face.
my
It was
grandkids.
amazing. It was amazing.
Actually,
He was.
probably at that point great.
You were almost under the table. You were feeling so bad, but he had a great big old smile on his face because he enjoyed it. Out at Bailson Brewing, that was our year end. You can go back and live it on the podcast and blah 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 blah.
That's right.
I was so miserable that
yeah.
day.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll cue up music here. And,
I'm much better now.
Good.
Thanks for asking.
yeah.
Oh, are you better, Kennedy?
All right.
Okay.
Well, this is where we say thanks to all our sponsors. The Grain Cellar. You can pop that up. Humble's Premier Homebrew Store. Wine making, cheese making, beer making.
You can't just throw that at me and
You should
expect
know.
it to be there.
Fermented supplies, equipment, more. Graincellar.com. Go by, say Preston, say, hey, I live with lunch sent me. You get your free hug. And Barbecue Apparel. BarbecueApparel.com. BarbecueApparel.com/shop. Get your,
all that.
get
Oh,
on
and
it.
you guys, if you are out and about tonight, She's Crafty will be at the Hoppy Monk just
Woo.
hanging out. I'm just hanging out. I'm not even doing a podcast. I'm just setting up a little table and talking to people.
So Catherine will be drinking at the Hoppy
I'll be
Monk.
around. I'll be eating and drinking. You could probably walk up to my table and not see me there, but I'll be there.
Cool. Thanks again to Chip, Live Oak Brewing, Roush Fest. They're Bomberg on the Colorado this weekend and their 21st anniversary coming up. Don't forget to click on that Amazon link, liquidlunchshow.com/Amazon, and we'll see you right here next week for Chip, for Kennedy. Catherine, my name is Josh. Thanks for listening to Liquid Lunch.
Bye, guys.
What?
Production.